Hello, it's Philippa here, back for another video. I am co-founder of Chris and Philly Functional Medicine, and we're best known, we're actually kind of famous for ending body burnout, especially in our high-achieving parents out there. And most especially our juggling mothers. I see you, and I want to talk to you today. So there's a saying that the highest frame dictates the game. And I would also say it dictates your health. And what the heck am I talking about? If you are a bit of you love some personal development, mindset, guru stuff, you probably might have heard that saying being thrown around. So literally the way that you frame or perceive yourself in your experience in this world will dictate how you exist in this world. If you want to fully overcome your body burnout, your energy, your mood, your gut, your other inflammatory issues, and find joy in your life again, you will have to go beyond just popping pills, even natural ones, even our lovely, beautiful supplements, and doing tests. Love the tests. I love my toolkit of supplements, but it is not enough. I promise you, it is not enough. I've tried it. And what I find is that it often just leads to short-term benefits. You kind of have to go all in if you fully want to end your body burnout, heal your body deeply, and have long-time health for good. So if you want to end your body burnout for good, and I'm not talking to people who just want a little bit of relief. That's not who I'm talking to. I'm talking to the people who finally want to overcome their energy, mood, and gut issues for good, not just mask, not just manage it, but overcome it for good. And if you do, you need to tap into the hidden powers of your thoughts and your feelings. Healing the mind is our number one principle in our Ending Body Burnout Method. If you skip that one, good luck to you for having long-term health and happiness, because honestly, it's not going to happen. Now, I'm not talking about wishy-washy mindfulness here. When I talk about your thoughts and feelings, I'm not just talking about being mindful. This isn't just for yogis or for monks. I'm not even really talking about meditation. A lot of people, when we talk about your mind being one of the principles for ending your body burnout, they'll often say, "Oh yeah, I meditate," or "I do mindfulness." That's great. That's what we call strategies, but it's not the deepest level of healing your mind. So your thoughts and feelings are literally the basis of everything that happens to you, both inside you and around you. I'm literally arguing the fact that by focusing on anything, you can literally change the trajectory of your life. If you are constantly focusing on your pain, you will feel pain. If you are constantly focusing on your poor motivation, you will be demotivated. If you are constantly focusing on how annoying the kids are or your partner, they will be annoying. On the contrary, if you focus on your vision for yourself and the steps that you need to take to get there, you will become the person you want to be. I know it sounds simple. I mean, it is hard, but there's a process. Now, I'm also not just talking about thinking or wishing or hoping here. It's like, oh, I want to be healthy and happy and have a beautiful lifestyle and be the best mum that I can be. Although it's great to have these feelings, those wishes, I'm not just talking about that. When I talk about working on your thoughts and feelings, I'm talking about this with the outcome that it will lead into purposeful driven action or growth behavior. So frankly put, you need to get your head screwed on and then get to work. Chris, my hubby, who is our co-founder, who is also our personal development coach in our practice, believes it was the power of his mind that got him to competing in national level sport. So I'm going to tell you a little story. It's not super health related, although it is fitness related or strength related. But it's a good story to help you understand what exactly I'm saying here. So in 2016, Chris competed in a national strongman competition against the world's strongest man at the time, Eddie Williams. I'm so proud of my husband. Eddie was clearly stronger physically than Chris. But the power of Chris's mind enabled him to actually beat Eddie in the log press, which I thought was kind of cool. Because Chris truly believed that he could win the log press because he played it out in his mind first with such conviction. When he played it out in reality, also using his skills, he came out the stronger man. Now, it may sound a bit voodoo that you can think yourself into existence, but neuroscience actually backs this up. So scientists show that the brain has the ability to create new neural pathways and new brain cells. How amazing is that? In response to intrinsic and extrinsic factors, for the better or the worse. If you focus on positive thoughts and feelings, become growth minded, and repeatedly do the things you need to do in order to get healthy, organized, and in control, and more connected to yourself and to others, you will create new pathways which will help you to stick to your goals and do the things you need to do to get to where you want to be. Now, so from one hand, healing the mind is great if you're someone who just struggles to stick to a plan, to stick to a process, to stick it out to healing the body. That's one side of things. The other side of things is that neural pathways can literally heal your body. It's not just about creating a strong mindset to stick to your goals. Data actually shows that stressful thoughts and feelings impact body function, which can lead to many diseases and pathological conditions. From a healing perspective, there's a lady in America called Annie Hopper. She was originally a counselor, but anyway, she wrote the book Wired for Healing, and she's also the founder of a program called Dynamic Neural Retraining System. And so she actually developed severe chemical sensitivity, and to the point where she was just sensitive to everything in her environment. So she ended up moving 9 hours away from her home, lived in a derelict boat, almost like a homeless person, and she healed her brain. She healed her body by healing her brain. So what she discovered was that the trauma that her body had experienced had actually damaged part of her brain to the point that she was always constantly in fight or flight because the limbic system was stuck in this danger loop. And when this happens, like many affected people will constantly feel burnout symptoms like fatigue and anxiety, depression, low immunity, chronic back pain. And in the worst case scenarios, like such as with Annie Hopper, she developed this severe chemical and mold sensitivity and was completely bedridden. So her work is amazing, her whole journey, but she showed that through the power of her mind and tapping into her thoughts and her feelings, we have the ability to rewire the brain and actually heal from even the most crippling and mysterious physical symptoms. So Hopper herself went from living homeless in a ramshackled boat in the middle of nowhere to healing her brain through neuro-linguistic programming, which is actually a technique that we use in our own practice. As well as a range of other neuroplasticity techniques. And she overcame all of her health issues and is now living a very full life again. So it's pretty amazing. She did nothing, like she didn't use diets or supplements or anything like that. She tried a bunch of those. Nothing worked until she actually harnessed and healed her brain and her nervous system that was in this chronic state of danger. We actually also had a beautiful client who was crippled with gut pain. She had eczema, allergies, fatigue, insomnia. She was a mum. I think she had 2 kids at the time. And it was really affecting her ability to work in her business and to grow her business and also in her family life. And initially, this was before we were Chris in Philly Functional Medicine, when I was just working as a sole trader, I guess, as a practitioner. And really my toolkit was limited to, well, here's a diet and here's some lab tests and here's some supplements. Go and do these things and you should get better. Cross my fingers. What happened was she didn't respond to anything. And that was because I was purely only trying to heal her body from a physical standpoint. So Chris at the time was working in a different business as a mindset coach, as well as personal trainer. But I said, look, how about you try and, let's work with Chris as well. So, Chris is going to work on the mindset and your thoughts and feelings, because I could also see that she had had a lot of trauma in her past, and her self-confidence and her trust with herself and with other people was really low. So as she did the inner work on her thought and feeling patterns and rewired those very fight-flight neural pathways. And she created new ways of thinking and new ways of feeling, and which then led into new ways of being. She was able to see a really awesome improvement in all of her physical symptoms, which was just amazing. And I think that was the big catalyst as to, Chris and I looked at each other and we're like, why are we not working together in our expertise to create transformational experiences for our clients, which we ended up doing about a year or so later. So science is clear. Thoughts and feelings not only heal your body, but they also create disease. So to start the healing process, you need to go right back to where disease all begins. In our process, we'll start with the answers phase, and it's very looking at symptoms, your case history. We do lab tests so we can see what body systems are burnt out. Then once we know what body systems are burnt out, that's where we start working on root causes. It's like, what caused your brain to burn out? What caused your adrenals to burn out? What caused that candida overgrowth? And if you ask why enough, often we will discover that disease started with the way that you think and feel. If you're constantly feeling overwhelmed, unhappy, dissatisfied, these thoughts and feelings can directly impact the health of your body. For example, emotional suppression is very common in our culture, especially in men. But even women struggle to voice what they think and what they feel for fear of creating conflict or being rejected or ridiculed. I know that, I've done a lot of actually recent work, and that was a huge part. I was so scared to actually voice my beliefs and how I really felt and who I wanted to be, that it literally caused my body to go into a state of stress and burnout. So over time, research actually shows that these emotions can build up, causing not just emotional stress, but also physical stress. In fact, a study showed that there was a link between emotional suppression and risk of early death from chronic diseases, including cancer. So guys, we're not just talking about, feeling anxious and depressed and fatigued because your thoughts and feelings might be dysfunctional. I'm literally saying, and research like science is clear, that it causes cancer. It's like, holy crap, why would we not? Like, why do not all healthcare practitioners look at your health holistically? There's I don't know anyone in Tasmania, actually probably even in Australia, that has such a comprehensive healing process as we do in our Ending Body Burnout Method. There's also plenty of studies that show that suppressing thoughts and feelings can negatively impact relationships. Also, more stress in the relationships means more stress on the nervous system, which means more gut, energy, and mood issues. I'm sure you know that, especially if you're a parent, it can get pretty crazy. So thoughts and feelings also dictate your actions, and they can negatively impact your behavioral patterns, your habits, your lifestyle, and how you show up in your family and also in your business or your career. So if you skip, this is a word of warning to all you out there who are just doing diets or just doing supplements, who are, even if you're working with a doctor or a naturopath or a nutritionist or another functional medicine practitioner, if they are not fully looking into this area of your mind. And I'm not just saying, I know a lot of naturopaths and stuff will say, oh, you need to stress less, make sure you do some breathing exercises, make sure you get some self-care. Great advice. But when you got all this stuff happening in your mind that is so ingrained in your brain, you need help uncovering that. It's not good enough just giving you a piece of paper and saying that. Sorry. Which is why we've created a method that actually addresses that. So please don't skip this step. Please don't skip this step thinking that just taking a supplement, doing some breath work, doing a little bit of meditation is going to solve your issues, because it's not. As the saying goes, the only thing we can control in our life are the thoughts and feelings, are our thoughts and our feelings and our behavior. So if you'd actually like to see how you rate in the mind category in our holistic healing Ending Body Burnout Method, we have an amazing quiz. It's called the Ending Body Burnout Assessment. I'll pop the link underneath this video. Please go do it. You will get some really cool insights. Maybe you might actually find that your mind is okay, but most of the time people are not rating all that well in the mind category, even when they think their mind is healthy. So good luck. Let me know how you go. Send me back an email with what you think about your report when you get it. Or feel free to message or reach out to us. All right. See you, everybody.